Hi there, people. So, procrastination is a real thing. We're looking at almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon here on the West Coast. I was trying to let it warm up some. It barely got to 60 degrees, so I don't know how well the paint's gonna like this, but I'm tired of messing with it after a week of having it in the acid bath and such. And let me show you what we got. So as you can see, it's kind of hit and miss. Some of it did clean up, but the majority of it, yeah, not so much. The bottoms on these bottom bars are fine, but the tops, no, and insides, yeah, not so much. I mean, even in the light you can see that they're black. They didn't do a darn thing there. Some of it got clean, some of it didn't. It's kind of hit and miss. It's really weird. But I had those things in an acid bath for quite a while. Didn't really get anywhere. So, what a thing it did do, though, if I can speak. One thing it did do, and that can focus, is it did turn those pretty silver ball studs into nice black ones. So I'm gonna clean that up too. I hit the edges with a sander because where they're pressed in there, it was starting to peel. China. So what are you gonna do about that, right? So first I'll be hitting it with the brake cleaner, and I'll be hitting it with electronics cleaner because I know that stuff's good stuff. It's like when SoCal RC was open, they had motor quench. The stuff smells exactly the same. So, yeah. I have done some test sprays, I should say. So, I've done some there. I bought a promoter, as you saw. So, adhesion promoter. This one was just plain, and then this one had primer underneath, so I could see, you know, what was going to go on with that. The primer darkened it up. The plain one, it stuck just fine, but you can see these aren't going to work like that because they still have anodized on them. And I'm not going to mess with it. Promoter on both ends, actually. This one, as well as this one. Let's see if I can see. Actually, fisheyed. And I did clean these off with the QD before I sprayed it, so that's not the problem. Let's see if I can get some light on the subject here. So yeah, the promoter fisheyed. You can see that pretty good. The rest I shot with silver spray paint. I shot all of it with silver spray paint. That's actually where the bubble skin. It's actually aluminum, so I shot it with aluminum spray paint. And then I shot the red on it just to see how bad it would be. There's a couple of bubbles and stuff like that, but this sheet of metal has been with me for decades now, so who knows what it's got stuck in it. I mean, yeah, solder marks. Right, so I am going to get these cleaned up. I have elected to keep the spray paint inside so that it stays at temperature and makes it, you know, one coat better, I would hope. So I'll get these here cleaned up with my brake clean and my electronics cleaner, and I will be back. Alright guys, so I got the parts as clean as I can get them. It took me a long time. Admittedly, it has not gotten any warmer out here. So yes, the spray paint's still inside. By the way, heater is off, so don't think I'm spraying it with the heater on. But yeah, we'll give this a shot. While they're drying, we'll be doing the license plate lights on the Buick because they have to get done too. So, with that, let's start shooting some paint on this. Ooh, way too much. Hey, you're supposed to use, you know, light coats in the beginning. Oh well. So much for that idea, right? Oh, and I do have a fan going, if that's what you're wondering what that noise is. That way fumes don't build up in this garage. Okay, so I guess we'll let that stuff dry for a little while. And it's already a little foobar. Been a while since I've spray painted, so guess I kind of lost my touch. We'll let those fumes dissipate for a little bit before I turn that heater back on and flip them over and see what I can do. Meantime, coffee while we walk over to the Buick. So yeah, like I said, it's only a little thing today, just lights, because police officers around here have better things to do than pull me over because my license plate lights don't work. I mean, come on now, right? Stubby ratchet with Phillips. To be quite honest, I don't know if that's the right part number, but they look like they're nice and bright. Maybe brighter than the stock ones. And that's kind of what I was going for. So, let's get one of these apart. Let's see what's up. These ones are really simple. Yeah. Well, you can't see for some reason. I guess there's no light, but yeah. They're just Phillips. To be honest, they are just regular old Phillips. Oh, these come right out. I imagine it helps, of course, if you have small fingers, but not all of us do. Either way, I do live in an apartment complex, so sorry about the noise in the background. There's a kid having a birthday party, and I am not going to disturb that for my cutesy little video here. The kid deserves to have fun. And I'm not doing anything important here. Screws are out. And, yeah, that's supposed to just come right out, so as you can see, it's fighting. So I guess I will pause this and go get some pliers. Alright, so I got my pliers. I've seen better days. They were helping me off the acid bath, so they're not happy. I really don't want to break these. And they should just come right out, but They are being, no, bad noises. They are being very stubborn and problematic about it. And I don't know why. So. Yeah. The joys of working on cars. Right? I don't think I've done these before either. At least not on this car. I don't know, on my gold one it wasn't this big of a pain in the neck. Alright, see, now it's not working, it's fighting with me, so I'm gonna need both hands, I think. So, yeah, once I get this out, I'll tell you how I did it. Okay, so that is a scary as you know what process of rocking it back and forth. Now, I took out the screws for the trim piece here. Don't need to do that, but I thought maybe you did. Like I said, it's been quite a few years since I've replaced bulbs on one of these, even though I have 3 of them. But it's been a minute. So, bulb is enclosed in a housing. Everything needs cleaned like crazy too. It's kinda icky. So, little twist and pull dealy bop. Alright. Yeah. I'd love to say it comes right out, but you're not so much. These say 124. What do you want to bet money I don't have the right bulbs? That happens in real life. Keep forgetting where my camera is. And then gravity set in. Focus. No dice, everything's dropping. Okay, so it looks like I may be at a stopping point with this, so I will get back to it after my next coat of paint, and I'll put the trim screws back in. Maybe not the light though. Okay, so back to the parts. So yeah, even as blurry as it is, not even close as you can tell. Yeah. I'd really like to figure out why this phone won't focus. Oh, hey, look at that. Okay. But as you can see, definite difference in size there, so. Alright, alright, back to the parts like I said. Quit tripping over stuff, I'll be good. Yeah. So, they have been sitting long enough, I'm not worried about fumes. Listen to that fan die as it comes in. Okay. Maybe the heater pulls a little wattage, yeah. So, now that I found that button, that's kind of nice. But, as you can see, well, maybe if I move my shadow, it's not covering any of the scratches up. Digging, getting inside of there is going to be a royal pain in the monumental behind. And perhaps a little too much paint at once, but like I said, it's been a while since I painted. That could be a problem. I'm gonna let these warm up some. Paint can's plenty far enough away from the heater. Big screen. Okay, plenty far enough away from the heater. It's a full yellow, smaller bin, so we should be fine there. I'm gonna bring out the purple. Put these up here to get kind of warm, because I want to see what the purple looks like, since it's my favorite color. I have to figure out what I'm going to do about holding that. Yeah. Or another sheet to put it on or something. But we'll find that out in a minute. In the meantime, I am going to go put those parts back together on the Buick, because Opps, always check your part numbers, kids. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I got the Buick all put back together. Those are kind of stuck. So we'll flip these. And then I'll reshoot the other side. Yeah, that's a little messed up. But being a perfectionist, that bothers me. However, I should just go with the flow on this, so to speak, because it's going on a toy monster truck and it's gonna get scratched up, right? Sticking to the stuff down there. That could be interesting to work with. So, let's get these turned so I can get to them here. Otherwise, what's the point? Those are set up. Okay, so I did spray some purple while I was waiting for them. The stuff comes out pretty quick, so I didn't do such a hot job on the tool here. Probably still wet, which is why I'm not grabbing it. But there is some running. Yep, there it is. There is some running and stuff like that. You can sort of see it. But this is a good way to try before. It doesn't cover everything up. You see some of the larger stuff, so still a little messed up. Oh well. I made a shelf and did my clip for my keys. So far that's turning out a little bit better. I did that one afterwards, so I got it to do a light coat only on one side. But yeah. So there's that. Let's shut this heater off. Well, shake the can first and try to get the lid off. Alright. Always a monumental pain in the neck. Shake the can up. So I did get the screws put back into the Buick. I guess I'll go pick up lights for it probably tomorrow, since I'm going to be working on this paint job tonight. You might remember in a previous video I told you how sloppy these things were. It hasn't changed. They are still quite sloppy in the truck. what I found I'm going to use is some old O-rings out of some RC shocks. So some old tint scales. And I'm going to use that. And it should take up the slack. It'll be kind of like polyurethane bushings in a real car. A little wider here. Alright. Straight. There we go. Sort of straight. My fingers forgot how to work. Straight. At angle. This is hard being, you know, one or two-handed type thing. And then you have to move around. Don't kick your toe on stuff either. Right? Alright. At least I can kind of see the shape of it there. But again, that's it for a little while. Make sure to clean out your tips. Flip them upside down, squirt them out for a second. Alright, so I'll put that there because I don't know if I'm going to be using it again. Put you on a different angle there so we can see. Sort of looks like we're getting there. Those insides are going to be kind of tough to get. But it's getting there, and like I said, I should probably get out of my house to be perfection. Since it's going on an RC truck that's going to get the snot beat out of it at some point. With any luck. Alright, so we'll be turning the heater back on. And letting those dry some. I'll probably put another coat on my energy wrench here. By the way, that's a broken tip, so it doesn't matter. Got the other tip inside. And I'll be putting another coat on this clip just to see how they come out. Yeah. And then I guess we'll work with the red on these. Alright guys. Back in a little while. Okay guys, so I've moved them around. I'm going to paint them again because I just need to get the little insides here. I think this is coat like 3 or so. I've got them pretty close together so that hopefully I don't have to shoot too many of them, separate them. That way, yeah, a little too close together, aren't they? Probably shouldn't be touching each other. But this way, I can go in nice smooth lines and not have to worry about it. Whoops. See, like that. Alright, it's still gotta dry. And yeah, painting is something that takes some time. Because you gotta go over them over and over again just to get them right. Or even reasonable. And it's just kind of the way it is. So, we'll let that sit again. Alright, so I went ahead and put a first coat of red on there. It's probably a little thick, but seems to be okay. Tried to get up into the corners and such. That way I can make sure to get the ends so I don't have to come back for them. I've got them set up so I can come along and shoot this way on them. And get all those sides. I got that painted. It's not the greatest. Seems the red is quite a bit thicker than the purple. I would actually recommend if you can, and you actually want to make it look good, try to get the purple stuff if you use it. Try to get it into an airbrush, especially if you're doing fine stuff like RC car work or whatever like that, because otherwise it runs. Focus. No focus. There it is. Okay, so otherwise it kind of runs. Like I said, I really don't care how these came out, these purple pieces, because it was just to see how the purple would work. The red ones I sort of do care, but I'm having to care less and less because paint is either fighting me or the weather or whatever. I still have the heater. Going. I know this is paint drying, so it can't be too exciting, right? Okay. So yeah, sweater because it is cold. So yeah, I do know this is paint drying, so if you've stuck with me this long, thank you. You're the guys and girls I'm gonna want to talk to here. This is episode 9. I actually didn't mention it in the beginning. Probably because I just want to get these parts done, right? And I'm tired of them sitting around. Episode 10. I'm not sure if you guys would want me to go live with that. Or have a video. It's your choice. I actually don't do a whole lot of editing besides putting the snippets together. But episode 10 will be a field trip episode, so it will not be in the garage. It will actually be one county up from me and outside. So I'm not sure how well that'll work with live or with sound. I don't have anything but the cell phone to work with. I'm probably not going to have anybody to help me film either. So, whatever. It's going to be the way it's going to be, right? But there's just a couple things we're going to go through when we're out there. Little hint, if you thought all I had was 4, I think I've showed you already. So I've showed you the El Camino, showed you the Buick, I've showed you his blue truck, and I've showed you the GMC. That's 4 of them. 4 of them. Okay, that's 4 of them. There are more hanging around. That's the little bit of a tip I'm going to give you. I once heard Hoonigans call it carcane. Yeah. When you get into double digits, like you'll see, it gets a little... You're probably nuts. And I'm probably a little case of the nuts. There is that. I would love to hear your feedback on whether you want it live or not. I would also love to hear your feedback in the comments as to whether you like the mixed content or if you want me to keep RC car and full-size car apart and you don't want the videos mixed. Let me know how you want that. I don't have a community page set up because I don't have too many subscribers. Well, help me out. Subscribe. That'll help get fixed too. In the meantime, I am going to work on making these aluminum pieces no longer aluminum and actually kind of red. Real quick, like, focus. Of course it's not going to focus. Focus, focus. It's not going to focus. Not real well, at least. There you go. What? Here you go. Right there. You can start to see the red shine coming through. So that's kind of the goal. Make them look like shiny aluminum pieces, kind of like a real monster truck. So after I get these all shot, because there's no real reason for you to watch every single coat, I will be back. Probably be later tonight. Alright. Okay, so I have left the garage in favor of the house because even the little space heater wasn't able to keep up with the temperatures outside. And this paint's pretty picky about temperature, apparently. Also, this paint, this metal cast that I'm using, the Duplicolor stuff, smells a lot like old school RC Hectra paint from Testers, if you guys are kind of familiar with those. Yeah, it smelled so much like it the other day that I actually tried it on some Lexan and it didn't melt it, so there's that. I might use it on a couple of Lexan bodies, if I can figure out how to get it to shoot evenly. I guess a lot of that'll be work. I will be needing to touch up a few places, because it sticks to the focus. There, sorta. Because it sticks to the piece of metal I have it painted on, probably because there's way too much paint. There's a good shot of it. Some of those spots will have to be recoated. I might do that by hand with a brush. I might do that with the spray paint. I'm not sure yet. Depends on what's going on tomorrow besides the lights. They are a little darker than I wanted, but I guess that's fine. Yeah, it just kinda doesn't match that red. It's a little darker. But anybody who's been around real monster trucks knows that every time you break something and repaint it, well, it doesn't come out exactly the same color, so it just adds character, right? Okay, so I will not bore you with touching them up. Next time you'll see these 4-link bars, I will have them installed, which might be a minute, because those gears are trash. So I have to figure out gears for it. I want to make it the last time I do gears in this thing, so I'll actually be spending some money on those and get some real gears for it, so they don't chew them up again. I'm not sure if I'm going to hang the rear end and then just do them inside the truck, or if I'm going to leave the rear end out. That all depends on timing and how things work out in life. Like I said, my next video will be all solid full-size automotive, because we will be going out to see the rest of the fleet. I think you guys will be rather surprised what's out there. Yeah, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know about the blended videos where I have some RC stuff and some full-size car stuff. Let me know if you want to split those up, or if you want me to keep those all intact as one. I will tell you, getting inside of those little crevices and stuff like that in these was kind of a bear. I'm not going to worry about all those little holes, because let's face it, I'll be here for endless hours. I'm noticing on this one, seems I've missed a spot, or it raised the paint or something along those lines. So again, tomorrow I'll be putting one last coat on these, and if it doesn't come back after that, heck with it. It's gonna get all scratched up on the bottom of the truck anyway, right? So subscribe, like, just make sure to take care of yourselves and have a good day. Alright? Bye.